What's going on, my YouTube family? I don't know why I'm doing that now. I've never done that before, but I guess we start today. Anyway, let me get to the point. I think it's about time I do a review on this little guy. This is the Squid Industries Authentic Mako V1.5. Sorry, V5, not 1.5. Honestly, I've been flipping this guy for about 5 days now, and I have to say, I think it's okay. I definitely like it, and I'll get a little bit more into this video about what I like and don't like. But first of all, I just want to talk to you guys about this balance. It feels extremely handle biased to me, you guys, which is not very surprising from a knife with such a short blade and such chunky fat handles. This is a 6061 aluminum balisong, and it runs on washers. That's right, you guys. That is the main trope for most people, is that this does not have bushings. For me, I don't mind that much that it runs on washers. I think that it's honestly fine for this balisong. I think it being on V5 and not having bushings is a little interesting, but I honestly don't think it needs bushings. It is a little frustrating to have to tighten it, but it's better than the Swordfish, which once you start losing that handle gap, it's gone forever, whereas this actually has Zen pins. But yeah, so I'm going to get into a little bit of what I actually like about this balisong, because I've been hating on it for most of the video now. This guy flips really nice, and it's not a great flipper. It's not an outstanding, it's not outstanding, it's not mediocre, it's not bad, it's a good flipper. I like how it flips. It's surprisingly grippy. Even though, there's no texture and no side speed channels, it actually has a decent bit of grip. As I drop it 10 times in a row. Yeah, it's surprisingly grippy, and I think that's definitely a plus side to this, regarding, the fact that it has no bushings or has no rounded edge. But now I'm going to get into some of the bad stuff, because while I think this is a good flipper, I think it's an addictive flipper, because once you start this, I feel like I can't flip my titanium balisongs or any of my, the cheese. I have to relearn how to flip my other balisongs once I'm flipping this, and that is kind of reminiscent of the Squiddy AL to me. And this isn't even that different from most aluminum balisongs. The Squiddy AL is a lot different, fully AL construction. But I don't know what it is about this guy. I think it may be just the balance. The balance on this guy is just awkward. So when you're flipping him, you don't really realize until you start trying to flip other things, and it just doesn't work as well as you would think. Now, some other problems I have with this guy is that he is extremely angry. He's an angry little guy. What do I mean by that? I mean that he has pinched me about 500 times by now. And it's really just these sharp edges. These sharp edges everywhere on this guy. Sharp edges everywhere. No rounding, no clean cuts. These are pure sharp edges, which is definitely a big downside for me, because I've already cut myself open like 10 times flipping this guy. But honestly, if you flip him right, then you don't have to worry about getting pinched. There is always that risk of getting pinched because they don't have the Zen nipple rounding. And I mean, that's just my biggest problem with this guy, is this Zen nipple is not rounded at all. Besides that, the day I got it, I had no tap. Unfortunately, I had tap develop about day 2. I have been dropping this thing a lot, and, I mean, it already has some tap. I tightened it right before I started making this video. But all it takes is one simple little tighten. I think that's really the main problem that people have. I don't mind the tap as much as most people would, but bushings would definitely help. Like, there is some tap in this guy, which I get can be frustrating. But honestly, I just like this guy because he is an addictive flipper. Now, I'm going back to my point about him being an addictive flipper because I cannot put this thing down, you guys. Once I try and flip something else, I get bored in like 5 minutes, and then I come back to him. Because honestly, this is a very fun flipper in a way that I can't explain. It's like I'm trying to work around what's difficult about him, and I just can't quite put my finger on why I feel that way. Because it honestly shouldn't make sense. But in a way, I think I'm addicted to flipping this guy. Even most tricks I could do normally, I can't do on him yet, but I'm definitely learning. And I think it's very entertaining, this guy. He's definitely a fun flipper. Do I recommend this? See, here's the problem. I definitely love this guy, and I definitely like what he comes with. Not coming on bushings is a little nuts, and having all these sharp edges is a big downside. But honestly, you guys, I do recommend this flipper to anyone who can afford it. It is quite expensive, coming in at $140. Jeez. I know that if you don't get the inked version, it's a little less. But $140 for this, you guys. I honestly just think there are better Balisongs to get at this price point. Or, you know, get the clone that comes on bushings. It honestly does make me a little upset that it doesn't come on bushings. Not because of the performance, but just because the clones can put them on bushings, but the actual manufacturers can't. I don't know what that's about, but I honestly don't mind. Besides that, about the flipping experience, I don't really care about the bushings. But the fact that the clones have it, and that it's possible with the clones, and that the original doesn't have it, is honestly just a hit on Squid Industries, because that means they can definitely do it. And it's not just that they can't do it or can't afford it. It's like they definitely can do it, and then they just choose not to design it that way. Bally Plus and Arm Shark. And again, it's also this thing with them using higher quality aluminum, and, you know, I think clones are stealing, obviously. But honestly, I don't see a reason not to buy the clone if you can't afford $140 for tap and play after the first day of usage. You know? But honestly, you guys, I love this guy. I definitely recommend him if you have the money. And if you don't want to support a clone company, obviously, I can agree with you there. But this guy is super fun. I definitely recommend you guys. I've been yapping all videos, so I think it's about time I end this one. And I will see you guys in the next one. You guys have a great rest of your day. See ya.